I didn't even start it.
Oh, you're good. So it has VHF radio on friction hinges, and it does have the keys, so you can lock them. I do have all the keys for you.
Okay.
So in order to turn on, this is your CL5 unit. In order to turn it on, you do have to turn the power button on. Everything's digital now, like your cars nowadays.
Sure.
So you have your fob, and you just keep your fob with you, and you can just turn your power button on, and then your unit will kick on.
Good.
Eventually. Takes a little time for it to boot up. You do have a jack plate, and this is your gauge for your jack plate.
See it?
You can raise and lower it, and you'll see that little red ticker. And the way it shows it's kind of nice. It has a gauge here. It has a little red light that shows exactly where your jack plate's at.
Notice it, sure.
Touchscreen, it's all digital. This is how you can look up your hours and everything else. All the information about the boat. Go to your trip, you can see the total hours on it. 4.4 total hours from, that's just between my service and us taking it out. It has a little bit of hours on it. Then it has all your gauges on it, your RPMs, your speed. Then up here you can use your charts. That just shows, so this is where it has tracks on it. This is the harbor right out here. So it was out here at one point, and you can see everywhere that we've had it. So that's where we launched the boat, and you can see that's exactly where we launched it and drove it all the way around. But everything's touchscreen. Garmin, are you familiar with Garmin?
Yeah, I've got an old Garmin, but nothing like this.
Well, the Garmin's are so user-friendly. It's so easy to get to everything. You have your options button on the side always, so if you ever need to get to anything, you have your options here. And then you just click your home button. This is your home screen right here. And then you have your options to go to your sonar, your charts. You can do split screens if you wanted to. Do your combos. It's going to have your GPS speed. It'll show your depth once you're in the water. They're very easy to use. Garmin's very user-friendly. I think it's the most user-friendly out of all of them.
It is. That's why I've used them over the years. But so the transducer for this standard device here is through the hull, or is it in the hull?
It's through the hull. So
it's penetrating through.
It's an Airmar transducer.
Okay.
I called the factory. They let me know that it was it's an Airmar, but we're going to add that transom mount transducer. So then you have all your toggle switches here. You have your courtesy lights. You have so these are lights underneath the gunnel. They're blue lights. Kind of hard to see when it's so.
No, I've seen them. I can see them reflecting in the rod holders.
Lights on the side of the console here, blue.
That's your power hookup there, right?
Yeah, so that actually charges, because you have 3 batteries for your trolling motor up front, and then you have 2 batteries, one for your starting and one for your house battery. And so that's going to charge all 5 of those batteries with just one cable. So it's a trickle charger on both of them.
Nice.
So you plug it up there and you're good. The lights, compartment lights. Obnoxious.
Thought we only had that Crystal River.
You do have a macerator pump, so that is for your fish box. Your fish box is up front, so it is not gravity fed. So if you do have water in here, you do have to use the macerator pump to drain everything.
Okay.
So that will hold water if you fill that up with water.
Okay.
Without a plug. So you can hear it kick on once you hit it. You get a pump run. Yeah, maybe just a little bit of water comes out the side right there. Comes out on your port side. See where all the water's on the ground.
Sure.
You have the compartment lights inside the head. You have the live well lights. Your live well is on this side here. Here's your live well, and there's your plugs for your live well.
Okay.
You just stick that in and turn your live well on. It'll only reach to the top of that pole.
Plenty.
You do have lights in the speakers too. They change all different colors. You have an RGB lighting down here. I know you might not ever use it, but you do have different colors that you can change all the speakers. Red, white, blue, green, pink, whatever. All different colors there. Your kill switch is down here. So if you ever hear a loud beat, when you go to turn your motor on, it's probably your kill switch. You're very familiar with boats. I'm telling you stuff you already know.
No, that's fine. It's good to know where everything is.
The ACC switches, these are really just dummy switches. They're not hooked up to anything. If you ever wanted to hook something up to them, you could. But they're just dummy switches. Trim tabs, they have the light indicators on the trim tabs. You do have lights on the hard top, and that's controlled over here. This is part of your spreader lights, your rear spreader lights, and then your top lights. These change colors too. If you double tap them, they change different colors.
Now, the marine lights for running at night, where are they? The front?
Those are your nav lights right here.
Okay, got it.
Nav lights, and then also, now if you tap it again, you'll see these light up on the side. So if you tap it one time, you'll have your nav light. You tap it again, you'll have your anchor light. Then you tap it again, it goes off.
Okay.
But you do have lights on, indicators on the side showing what's on and what's off. Your radio system's down here. We check to make sure all the speakers are working while we're out.
Why he said he did this is that there were two drill
We got
drivers.
4.
So you have 2 up top, you have
6.
2 on the front, and then 2 in the back. So you're so
Six.
no, and two more up here. So 8.
You can give me the tunes I need.
Right. The kill switch, you do have some 12-volt plugs in here, some USB and auxiliary ports in here.
USB, okay.
You have a, let's see, make sure I'm telling you right here.
What's this right?
It has a-
What's this locker right here?
That is just storage.
Okay.
There's not a live well in this one. But you can use it as what you would like, but there's no live well.
Now, how will it drain automatically?
That drains automatically, yes sir. It's just gravity fed.
Okay.
It's nice to have all these channels here, so you never have any water overflowage. It just drains through these channels. It's really nice.
Some cup holders. It's perfect. It's
Cup
really what I
holders,
need
yes,
right now in my
sir.
life.
Seat flips up, backrest. If you ever need to get inside, this opens up here.
Does that drain also, or does it just lift out?
These do drain.
Okay.
So you have 2 drains on the side. And it
Lifts
does
out.
lift out. Then you have access to your bilge compartment. So you have your pumps, water fuel separators, your live well pumps are here in the back. Those are your Piranha live well fuel. Live well pumps.
They got shut-off valves for them?
They
I'm
do.
sure they do.
Yes, sir. Everything that's through hole will have a shut-off valve.
Okay.
All these ball valves.
What's this right here? Borg Warner.
This is for your that one right there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'd have to look.
Carb, EO. I don't know what that is.
I'll have to
Carbon
look
canister. Is that for the engine?
I would assume so. Something to do with carbon.
Shit. And these are your fuses right here, the bus bar right there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
That's your hydraulic lines on that side.
Is that a primer over there for the,
Your ball. So for your fuel, water fuel separator, that's your ball.
okay. There's just, I don't have one of those on my boat. Is there something I need to know about that?
No, if that is not hard, it won't be getting fuel. But they will stay primed. Unless you have some type of leak somewhere in the hose, you should never have to really mess with this. If you do have like some type of puncture, this can lose pressure, and then you would have a hard time getting fuel to the motor.
Okay.
But as long as the hoses are good, you shouldn't have any issues with that. You should never have to touch that.
Okay. Now, the drain in the bottom of the boat, is that access from the bottom of the boat?
From the back of the boat.
Back of the boat, okay.
You have a plug in the back.
It just takes a hex nut or, okay.
You can get it with a crescent wrench.
Crescent wrench. Yeah, I saw this thing's a little tricky sometimes to get up and down.
You have to pull out.
And then the power pole is going to go here.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Absolutely. Port side.
And the color is
White.
white. Good.
White power pole to match the boat.
Okay.
I didn't think you would want a black one because that would kind of stick out. It does have all the cushions. I have all the cushions in the back of the truck right now.
Okay.
I just picked them up from my service department.
Are they solid or are they colored with brown too?
Pretty sure they have brown up. They're in a bag. I can open them up and check them. I'm pretty sure they're in a brown too. But you can see they have like these plungers here, and that's how they stick in. If there's no snaps, which is nice because
Nice.
when you're stepping on them, you're not stepping on snaps, and it's not in the way. So you do have the plungers that it snaps into. This is access for your trolling motor batteries. You can lock all these off keys to them.
Got it.
So you can lock these. This one I've never seen a boat that had this type of compartment in here until I looked at this Caymas. So this opens up here, and that's how you access your batteries.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's your battery charger for
So
your.
get those suckers out of here. That's pretty good.
It's easy to get to them. Easy access. So that's.
What's the breaker for here? See, it says trolling motor breaker.
Yeah, so you can pop that. If you pop that, you can make sure that no power is ever draining from the batteries at all, ever. But if something does happen and it shorts out for some reason, that will pop.
So the battery charger is for these 3 batteries or for the 3 and then the 2?
This one is a 3-bank battery charger for just these 3. Your other battery charger is in the head, and that's for your other 2 cranking and house battery.
Got it. Okay.
But they're connected on that same port. You just plug in one plug. The trolling motor is a Ultera. There's the Tarova Ultera. So this is nice. We played with it while we were out there, made sure everything worked. So you do have to automatically make sure this is plugged up, and then you have to press the power button. See a green light kick on. Once you have that green light on, you have a fob with you, and everything's done through the fob. You don't have to manually put it down or anything. You click a deploy button. It's on the top right of your fob. I'll show you when we go inside. And it just automatically deploys. You can adjust the length of the shaft with the up and down arrow, and then it just has a button on it. If you want to do spot lock, you can stay in one spot, or you can manually move it around, of course.
No, I love them. I'm in love with them. I haven't got one on my boat. I've never put a trolling motor in my boat.
It's a
And
game
I
changer.
fished hard. I know, but I fished hard for years without it. But boy, it'd be nice to have that.
Absolutely. These all lock too. All these storage compartments lock. They're all on your hinges. You do have the backrest. I have those for you as well. I believe this is just more storage, if I'm not mistaken. It's on friction hinges. Yeah, just more storage.
So this is, and it drains automatically, or
It drains gravity. The only
Gravity
one
drain.
that's macerated is this one.
Okay.
So you can spray this whole thing out and it'll just drain. And you do have a cushion that fits on top here too.
And these are for the backrest, right?
Those are for the
Slats.
And I was messing with the seats when you're asking me to get the bolsters off. It's pretty dang easy to do. All of mine, you have to have a screw in order to screw them down, but these are snapped. So you just take the snap off and they lift them up.
Really?
Yeah, you can just lift them up after you
That's
snap them
cool.
off. They're on these little tracks here. So you just lift them up and then they sit back down into it. Pretty dang easy. They made it simple.
Simple is good.
Simple is great. Another access to your bilge compartment behind the engine if you ever needed to get to the very, very back. It does have a slide out tray for the cooler underneath the seat.
They give you the specs on what size cooler. I'm sure they do.
65 quart. 65 quart.
This is a little fish thing.
Put your knives, pliers. Yes, sir.
Okay. Just looking here. Is that just storage?
Just storage, yes, sir. Like we said, we'll have a guy detail it when we get everything on it. It's at my service shop. Master power off. Shut it down. So in the head, it does have a porta potty that's removable.
My wife and all my girls are like bucket trained. They don't
Bucket.
care.
I love it.
She goes, you got a porta, because we had a porta potty on the Aquasport when we first got our first boat.
Yes, sir.
She won't use it.
Well, you can take it out. It's really easy to take
But there'll
it out.
be some little, there'll be some people that are like, I need to use a porta.
Well, you do have battery switches on the this side, the front side of the console inside. You have battery switches, so if for every reason this breaks, doesn't work, the master power, you can manually turn those switches and turn the battery switches on. You do have the parallel button. You can jump off, parallel the batteries, starting in the house battery together. It's a yellow battery switch inside the head. But also they have a button down here. It's a parallel button too, so you can press that button and it'll parallel. But for any reason that doesn't work, you can manually do it inside the head.
So one more time, you come up, you got your fob, you hit this power button first.
This master power button first.
That first, okay.
Because this is going to turn your house batteries on and your engine batteries on.
Okay.
And once it starts booting up, this will typically be off. That's going to be just like that when you first start it up. Then you're going to click your power button, which you'll see that blue light kick on, which will activate and turn on your CL5 unit, the Yamaha. And then once this turns on, you can click start and it'll turn over your engine. We can actually turn it on right now for 2 seconds and won't hurt it. Fires
Sounds
it up.
familiar.
That sounds familiar. Yes, sir.
Got 300 on the back of my boat right now. Okay,
That's simple.
that's easy.
And then throttle handle super easy. But again, it has the
Tell me about trim assist. How do you activate that? That puts it in auto trim mode, right?
so. Yes, I'll have to get you. I have a book on it. I can share with you. I don't know how it exactly works, but I do have a book I can give to you, and it'll show you, teach you how.
All right,
it
so
works.
I pull up
I don't know all the mechanics of
Yeah,
it.
you're doing great so far. We pull up to the dock. I hit the start stop button over here.
Yes.
What do I do to turn it off? Just start stop.
Start stop to turn it off, and then once you want to shut everything down, just click the power button, and then the master power.
Then so I've got to do those two things on and off. Okay. Good. Cool. Lid goes easy.
Easy to do. It has the light indicators on the side, and it's how it reads. So if you want your bow on your starboard side to go down, you click your down button here, and your bow.
Might have reversed.
You're right. So it's confusing. So like you said, it's going to operate the one on your port side when you click the starboard button, but it's going to make your bow on your starboard go down when you click down.
Okay, got it.
It's a little confusing, but just if you remember, push it as it reads, and that'll work.
All right.
Any questions you might have that I can think of?
You've gone through just about everything I could think of.
Spreader lights are here on the back. You have two different ones, and then you have the spreader lights up front. The anchor light,
These are all LED lights, I'm sure.
all LED lights, yes sir. Anchor light is up top. You do have to flip it up. It is on the back side of the hard top. Then you have your antenna for your VHF on this side. You will have to flip it up to get better signal.
And have I got clearances for this?
Yes, you have clearance for this. Now have your antenna down while you're traveling.
Sure.
I'll
With
have
the
to-
antenna, I usually don't even run the VHF unless I go offshore.
Right.
So that'll stay down, but we have a lot of bridges down there.
I'll measure this for you while y'all are inside doing everything. I'll come out here with the tape and I'll measure from the hard top to the ground. See how,
Okay.
so you can see how tall it is while you're traveling with it.
Sweet.
I would assume it's probably close to 11 foot if I'm guessing from just a rough guess. that's really the gist of it. The porta potty pretty self-explanatory. You do have to take it out if you use it and dump it.
Let me take a look in there. There's some switches in there I remember
Absolutely.
too.
You do have to get on this side to open it, really. So it swings open.
Oh, the whole thing. So what have we got here?
So those are your switches. You do have another bus bar for your electronics down below. So you do have a fuse panel right there.
These are your 2 battery switches,
Those
right?
are your 2 batteries. That's your house and your engine battery. And then the yellow one's your parallel battery. So if you turn the dash on, you'll see those automatically turn for you because it's all done electronically.
Oh, okay. So I don't have to do anything.
You don't have to do anything with that.
When I come in and turn it off, will it automatically go to off?
Yes, sir.
It will.
So if you hold,
Nice.
if you hold that door open, keep your camera on it, I'll touch it and I'll show you. So when you click the master power button there,
Oh, that's sweet.
it turns automatically for you. Turns both of them off. And then when you go to turn them off, you don't even have to do anything, it'll turn them off for you.
So explain to me one more time the parallel battery is for what?
So if you, let's say your engine battery, or let's say your engine battery is dead,
Which happens.
which happens, if you want to jump off your house battery with your engine battery, turn that yellow knob, and you have a button on the dash you can do that with too.
Good.
And you'll jump off the house and the engine, you can start your engine with the house battery.
So these are fuses too, right here. All
yeah.
these are your accessory fuses. and everything for
Absolutely.
your panel. Okay.
Absolutely.
Got it.
You're just so you're aware, so it's kind of hard to get to. You have to kind of take the porta potty out, but you do have the compartment down below with the 2 latches. If you open that up, that's where your batteries are, and that's where your 2-bank battery charger is too. For
So
the 2 batteries.
that will be a pain in the ass to get in.
It's hard to get to. You do have to take the toilet out really to get to it, and they don't have a whole lot of room to get to those batteries. So it is a knuckle buster trying to get those batteries out.
Are those standard batteries? Are those lift? What we got in there right now?
Those are. Oh, I know. I took a picture of them. I'll have to go back and look. I think they're. I'll have to go back and look. I know I took a picture of them, but I can't remember off the top of my head which ones they are.
Is that cap supposed to be off there, or whatever that is?
Yes, so that is, I will have a cap for you that goes on top of it. That's part of your freshwater fill, so that's if you fill that up with your water, and then you have a pump on the other side, you can push up and down and it flushes it. It's your manual pump.
That's hilarious. Yeah, they put a lot into this boat for 26 feet.
Mm-hmm. They did a good job. I was very impressed with it.
Another reason I didn't buy down there, well, the big reason was I didn't need all this stuff. He hit 2 Garmins, 2 of everything, 2 power poles. And one of the power poles, like I said, the reason it's so important, it actually obstructs getting the ladder down. You can't get the ladder up and down. Can't get-
Yeah, you don't want to obstruct the feature.
Caymas has these damn windshields now that wrap all the way around, and they're not removable. They're solid. So in Florida, as hot as it gets, you need that blower.
You want
around.
some
When you
breeze.
when you get going, you want some breeze.
What blows
So,
my mind
I love
too
this
is
windshield.
I see a lot of brands they do that, but then they won't put a windshield wiper on it. So you're out there
Still.
driving and you're getting a splash on it, then you can't see anything.
Right.
It does have a bag up top. That's mainly for your life jacket.
Yep.
Just a tea bag.
I
Life
like
jackets
the
in
touch. You can see it. Marine Patrol can see it.
Absolutely. Keep you clear with the Coast Guard.
Well, the only time I got boarded by the Marine Patrol was when I had my daughter and her friends on there when they were 17.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they come over and they had to check everything out about 4 times. I'm like, guys, I'm like, should I get the camera out and film y'all leering at my daughter?
Right. That's that's terrible.
It's the only time I've ever. Usually they leave us.
Really?
They know they figure we know what we do if we have time. But
I've been pulled over quite a few times.
I think they're a little strict.
We're a little strict. I have the Coast Guard station right out here, so I'm right by the Coast Guard station. It's right out. Once you it's right underneath the bridge. There's a Destin Bridge right up here.
I know where. I told you. Very into Holiday Island is where we had our place in the 70s. When I was a
Nothing
kid.
was here.
Nothing.
Nothing was here.
Nothing between our place on the bayside and the jetties.
Right.
White sand.
That's awesome. I wish
It was so nice.
privacy. I mean, that would have been great to see.
It's changed so much.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's no. They're running out of room here. There's no more room here. That's why we have such an issue with trailers. People usually that buy boats around here, they don't buy trailers because they don't have a place to keep them.
I bought a house in Crystal River, so it's got the guy that had it had apparently had a motorhome at one time, so it's got a separate driveway for trailers, so I'm fine.
Perfect.
And I need to, with a lift on the water, which I have, you got to get it out and service it.
Right, right.
And it will tell me when I need to service the engine and all that too.
So the first service
$100
is well, the first one they say between 30 and 50 hours for your first service, and then after that it's every 100 hours, and then about every 300 hours you want to do like your complete impeller change and stuff like that. But typically every 100 hours you just want to do like your oil change, your fluid change, filters, your O-rings, spark plugs, and stuff like that. But then every about 300 hours, they go into a little bit more depth and do like the impeller changes, and they go a little bit further in depth.
Cool.
It was a great boat. We took it out and I loved it.
Fan. Buying it. So again, we're going to put the stainless prop's going to go in the box. They're going to put a aluminum on for me.
Yep.
Power pole.
Right here.
Transducer.
Transducer.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
Then we're going to deliver it to you.